Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy what's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Excited to be with you here this morning. Today it's actually afternoon time. It's at least here in Missouri. What I want to do very, very quickly. One is if I've tagged you in this live, it's because I truly care about you. I truly love you, and I am truly seriously on a freaking mission to find 1,200 families that want to change their financial legacies and earn a six-figure income. And I'm saying a six-figure income anywhere from 101,000 to 999,000. That's my mission. I don't really care how long it's going to take, but if I've tagged you in this, it's maybe one of you. And I don't know. I can't make you do what you don't want to, but I just want to tell you that I love you. I appreciate you. Um, my true mission right now in life is I'm sick and tired of people being broke, and I'm going to share some stats with you. I'm going to share something with you here really quickly. One, if you saw the post that I just put up, it should be right underneath this live here on my main Facebook page. If you're on another platform, you probably can't see it, but just in the last 24 hours, because I've plugged into a trading education platform. There I go again. Yep, I'm talking about it again. It's a big deal. It's a big freaking deal. It's a big deal. It's a skill that once you learn it, you can't unlearn it, right? If you got an addictive personality like me, it can be a little bit addictive. If you got a competitive personality, it can be a little bit of fun, right? But in that aspect, and trust me, I didn't spend 24 hours sitting in front of my computer to do this. It took me all of like 90 minutes or so to generate a result of $500. And I'm going to throw in some disclaimers here, but I'm going to walk through some stats with you to show you just some really crazy stuff here. I got a short video that I want to play with you also, but I want to throw up a disclaimer. If you don't know me, my name's Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach for entrepreneurs, network marketers, small business owners. But primarily, I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. And if you don't understand what that means, I'll explain that right now. When I grew up as a kid, I grew up poor in the projects on welfare, single mom, and typically at the end of just about every single month, all the way up through maybe seventh grade or so, at the end of the month, anywhere from 3 to 7 days, there was nothing to eat. I would open the refrigerator, there was just a light bulb in there. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. I'd open it up and there's just a light bulb in there. And that sucks. That freaking sucks to live in the greatest country in the world. Now, I'm not going to take back the fact that we did have welfare, we did have food stamps. So thank God for that social program. I really appreciate that. So if that's a place that you're stuck in right now, realize you don't have to freaking stay there. You do not have to stay there, because the person I am today and the lifestyle I have today, driving a Mercedes, living in a house, owning some really cool stuff. Um, I've got like $60,000 worth of tools, right, for making stuff. I never, anyway, let me come back. Let me come back. I'm going to show you some stuff. And I want you to know that I'm truly here to help you to find something that's going to help you win, whether starting a business, learning how to trade, figuring out what your vision is, whatever that is. I want to help you do that, right? So check this out. Let me share this screen here with you real quick. I want to throw up this disclaimer because I have to. I don't want to get in trouble from anybody because I'm talking about making money. And so I'm going to throw up this disclaimer here. I'm going to throw up this disclaimer. It says any material circulated in here there do not constitute an offer or invitation to purchase our EX8 products or services. This is an education platform only. This information provided herein may be incomplete and is there for informational purposes only and is subject to modification by the EX8 at any time. All rights reserved. All rights are reserved. Do not be misled by claims that high income earnings are easily achieved. They're not easy. Trust me. Results are not guaranteed. They're not. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That's true. We do not provide investment advice, nor should this information be construed such as investments, tax, or legal advice. Trading in itself is high risk. It's high risk. If you don't have money to trade, then don't trade it. The cool thing about it, and then we accept no responsibility for any losses. And I want to, let me come back off the stop screen share here really quick. The cool thing about this trading education platform, there is a monthly fee, a monthly tuition of $129. We just launched a trading assist app. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. There's an additional fee for that. And I'll go into that. But this tuition is for you to plug into the education platform to learn how to trade from 15 of the most awesomeness. Yeah, I use the word awesomeness educators that people that I've ever met. There might be better ones out there, but for right now, the ones I know, they've really poured their heart and souls into this, and it's very cool platform. If you want to learn how to trade, highly recommend you plug in. Matter of fact, Aaron Shepard's going to be doing a class tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is going to be his first class for February, and he always starts off from zero. So I would highly recommend you reach out to me sometime between now and then and get enrolled today, because you want to just plug in and listen to his class. The dude is a retired disabled vet, smart as a tack, got a huge heart for helping people learn how to grow and learn how to win. I would recommend you plug into that. So I say that to say this: when you do start the education platform, you can play with what we call a demo account, which means you can actually go in and set up an account with a broker, but you're going to use a demo account, and then you can use fake money or monopoly money to do that. So you don't have to risk any of your own money while you're actually learning how to trade. But then we have this Trade Assist app, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I'll share with you here in just a second. So let me go back to the share screen. So basically the Trade Assist app is a way, so while you're actually learning, you can earn while you learn if you pay attention to the smart kids. So I'm going to play Mr. Bean. He is one of my millionaire mentors. He's helped tons of people make a lot of money over the last many years, and he's basically sharing part of this is our business opportunity overview, but he's talking about the Elevate program inside us, because that's one of the products and services that we offer. Again, it is not an MLM network opportunity. To be plugged into Elevate is not. It's a tuition based program that you don't have to recruit anybody, you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to buy. All you're going to do is pay the monthly tuition to get in and learn how to trade. So I want to clarify that with you, just so you know. So let me hit play on this. Hopefully the volume is up high enough.
Would you like to make more money, right? And that's a rhetorical question, because we all say yes in the situation. But what happens when you put your money in the bank? Let me explain a couple things to you. Okay, the banks versus you, they leverage your money 10 times. They charge you 10 to 20% interest on your money. They put your money to work in the forex markets. Again, and a lot of that, when it comes to how it's set up and how it's structured, is guaranteed by the Federal Reserves. You get leveraged, right? You receive little to no interest. You receive no value from the forex trading at all. So for every $100, guys, that you put in the actual bank in savings or whatever, the Federal Reserve will allow the banks to lend out, right, $1,000 for every 100 you put in. The Federal Reserve will allow the banks to invest in the forex market $1,000 to every 100 that you actually have in the bank. So they are taking your money and they're investing it. They're getting extreme returns on it, right? And you're getting nothing. Every time you get a late fee or something, right? They're taking that money and investing it. What do you think is happening with your 401k? Why do you think they charge you so much money to use your money, right? Because if you take your money out, they can't use it. You take your money out, they can't invest it, right? If you take your money out, the banker can't buy his wife a brand new car, right? This is why you got to change, guys. This is why the banking system that's not designed to help you is designed to leverage you. This is how you now become the bank, right? Our Elevate program allows you to build your legacy and design your financial future, for generations to come. For me, this is the one thing that I do truly believe is going to break generational curses globally. This is the one thing that's going to allow people to literally create revenue and income out the ether, right? Out of nowhere, from the comfort of their own phone, not just their own home. You heard me say that earlier, right? This Elevate program, guys, is not an investment program. It's one of those programs where it teaches you institutional banking and how to trade like the banks. Okay, I want you guys to put that in there. Hey, trade like the banks. What this thing is this. Let me further quantify this for you. Okay, when you look at the type of information that you're getting and the type of knowledge that and wisdom that they're sharing with you guys, you would actually have to go to Harvard, right, and take a 4-year course, $120,000. Okay, 4-year course, 4-year degree, $120,000 to be able to trade like the people on Wall Street. Here we have people in 3 to 6 months that are just dominate this program, earning right out the gates, mastering this thing. And guess what? They have the indicators to help them out. They know when the bank is in the market. They know when the bank is getting out, so they can liquidate they can liquidate and do what they need to do and exit the market before the bank liquidates and take everything out. Okay. So what do we do? So what do we have in place to put you in that position where you can trade like the people on Wall Street, so you can trade like the people at the banks? Well, Legacy Educational Platform, for one, gain exclusive access to over 50 hours of live and recorded sessions each week from elite educators. That is live and recorded, 50 hours a week from 15 top-notch traders and trainers, not network marketers who open up a company and who just wants to send you bad signals. Okay? We're talking about 15 people. This is all they do, and they all share 5 wealth strategies. They all share 5 smart money concepts, right? That you can marry yourself to, the one individual that you can relate to, and their communication style and their training style is one that you love, as well as 1 or 2 different again strategies or smart money concepts, right? And so this is not a one size fit all type of thing. Let me share with you again how I can quantify that. I have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old that are learning how to trade. And we have people like Jasmine, Jasmine who's over there in Detroit, Michigan, right? And so Beverly's daughter is trading, right? You have Dante, who's 13 years old. He's making money. He already has a live account that his father, Leon James, who's now trading, he's been trading for almost a year now, is helping him trade, right? And they're doing so well that his brother Lavon, who's younger than him, is now trading. That is, we have children. Sandy Harris over in New Zealand is teaching all of his kids how to trade, and all the kids in New Zealand how to trade, right? And so we're talking about children learning how to trade. It's like trading for dummies. If our children can learn how to trade, so can you, right? Legacy Technologies, experience the power of artificial intelligence, gamification, and the trading and growth tools. Okay, so all it's saying is everything that you need to know, everything that you need to see on your computer or on your cell phone that says this is a good trade or a bad trade, right? It lets you know this is the right time or the wrong time, right? It lets you know and be able to predict when you should pull the trigger. There's nobody better. They don't have the technology, the indicators and things that we have. Okay, just want to let you guys know. And then I'm going to introduce you to something else when it comes to technology in just a second. But the legacy trading community, guys, it takes a village to raise a millionaire. That's what I'm saying. We have people who all around the world who are learning trading. Okay, like people like Avinash Nagama and David Hunt, who are over in London. Okay, we have Abi, who's over in France, who's trading. Right, we have the Czech brothers, who are over there in in the Czech Republic, who are trading. Right, we have people from all around the world. Dr. Marika Gardner, who's over in Canada, trading. Right, all around the world, a trading community all around the world with people who are becoming expert traders who are there to give you advice, encourage you, and tell you, hey, look, that's a great trade. Pull the trigger. You know what? I like that trade. Why don't you double up or stack the trades? Or you know what? You missed the window on that. I probably wouldn't do that trade. And they're giving you advice, sound judgment on, your charts. And so you need that. You want that. And it's going to give you more and more power, when it comes to you to make a decision. It takes the doubt away and it puts you in a position of posture. So, like I said, accelerate. When you look at your virtual trade assistant, guys, you look at ours versus everybody else's that are out there, you'll have people, that who are out there selling, trade assistant bots and things like that, that they're out of date. There's nothing accurate about it now, and people are losing money. When you look at ours, the reason why we're just introducing this right now, and as opposed to introducing it when we first launched this thing in April of last year, is because we didn't want to handicap you. Okay? We wanted to make sure you actually learn how to trade before we introduced this to you. And we want to make sure that you didn't just say, you know what, I'm going to rely on the technology, because if you do that, when the technology leaves, if something happens, then you're back to square one. You don't know how to trade. But not only do you know how to trade now, when you actually look at, this technology, you look at this assistant, you have this 1, 2, 3 process. You check the analysis, right? And what happens is you say, you know what, I see what this, the assistant is trying to do. I understand it. I agree with it. Let's go ahead and click on agree. When you click on agree, right, you add the trade idea there, and guess what? You make the money. And guess what? Our information is real time updated. So you don't have a bot that's 6 months old that's giving you bad information. Okay. Things happen around the world on a regular basis, real time. Okay. And so we talk.
So that's basically the Elevate program. And I wanted to reiterate here that to get that app that you just saw, the Accelerate app, you have to be enrolled in the education platform. You cannot get the app as a standalone by itself. So very, very important that you understand that the app is also going to come from the traders. One of the things that we're doing now is the cool thing out. For example, Aaron, who's one of my favorite educators, teaches a trading style called Fast. He's also aligned with another gentleman named Chris, who teaches TPO, time price opportunities. And combined, I really start to understand when's the best time to trade, when's the best time to get in the market, when's the best time to get out of the market. And then using those systems, I'm learning how to understand all that stuff. And as a result, I had a day like I did yesterday, or the day that I had last week. And the cool thing about it is I can log in. You get access to our community, which is in Discord. It's like a chat system, and I can log into the Fast Classroom like Aaron was doing today, and he was saying, "Hey, I'm looking at doing this." He as soon as the app is out there, Apple just released it to us. It was been on Android for a little while. Apple finally came in and said, "Fine, they're doing some last minute tests on it to make sure it works." And it is actually, if you, and I'll show you where you can access that. So when you actually get enrolled in the education platform and you find out which instructor you like, and you can start taking the trade signals from, or the trade ideas, or the trade suggestions, if you want to call them that. I don't know what the right terminology is, so not to get in trouble. So excuse me for that, but you can look at them and you can decide whether or not, as you review it, you check it out, and if you accept it, you hit accept, and it's going to be based on your risk, something live that you can do right now. So let me close that tab, come back to this other one. And the reason you want to do this, and I was talking about the reason you might want to trade. Now, there's some people out there want to trade just because they think it's cool, which is fine. But more importantly, you might be at a position where you're struggling to make some extra money. Maybe you're a really busy mom and you're just working some crazy hours. I'm going to show you why this makes so much sense to learn this skill, to learn how to do this. And understand, you can actually open a live trading account with $50. And if you use what they teach in our class, you can grow that $50 then to 75, then to 150, then to 200, then to 400, then to 800, then to 1,000, then to 1,500, so on and so forth. If you pay attention and learn in class, and again, you have to have patience. One of my friend Jasmine here, she said, I just don't have the patience to learn this. And a lot of people don't. They have a, and I'm not saying she does, but some people have a lottery mentality. They want stuff now. And you can't do that with anything. If you're going to learn martial arts, you've got to go to class. If you're going to learn how to play football, you've got to show up. If you're going to learn how to be a doctor, you've got to take classes. It doesn't matter what you learn, you've got to show up. There's a learning curve to get really good at it. And the same thing goes with trading. At least you don't have to spend 4 years learning how to trade to actually start making money, especially now that we have the Accelerate app along with it. So I want to share, do a screen share here and show you some stats of why I think is very, very important to learn a skill to make some extra money. So one, I want to start out right here, and I can share all these links with you if you want them. This is the cost of living index per state across the United States. You'll notice Mississippi has the lowest cost of living. Here in Missouri, we're at number 12, and going all the way down to cost of living, like in Hawaii, is the highest District of Columbia, California, New York, Massachusetts. It's funny when I see some of these states right here, not getting into politics, but it really makes me wonder why their cost of living is so high. And again, going back into the economy, you get what you vote for, right? So I'm going to leave that right there. Jumping over here to this is cases filed. This is bankruptcy cases right now. This is crazy. So let me switch places here real quick before I jump into that. This is the news release from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It says median weekly earnings of the nation is 100 nation's 116.3 million full-time wage employees. So there's roughly 321 million people. So this isn't half the people that are full-time wage earners. Average about just a little over $1,000 a week as a weekly. Let's see, wage salary workers. I think it was $1,000 a week. Yeah, weekly. Yeah, weekly earnings is $1,000. And of course, they get into the demographics of males and females and all that kind of other stuff. But we'll just say it's $1,000 a week. So that's about $52,000 a year. Now, somebody said, well, $52,000 a year, that would be great because the average income across the United States is like 32,000. So if you take all of the averages and you average them out, it's about $32,000 income, which again isn't very much. Now, knowing that it's $52,000, right? We're making $52,000. These are bankruptcy cases filed. Now, they don't go into the total number, but it's basically just showing the income. And I'm going to come down here and highlight Missouri because it's where I live. The average income of a person in the United States who just came back weekly was $1,000 a week, which is about $52,000 a year. You'll notice that here in the state of Missouri, right? And again, I can share these links with you. You can come in and take a look at them for your state, however you want to do that. The state of Missouri, the one person income, one earner is $50,000. Now, when you add a second income earner, they'll say a spouse, it only goes up by $15,000. So think about this. You are going out and working a second job. You're leaving your home, dropping your kids off at daycare if you have kids in daycare to earn an additional $15,000. Now they say a family with three averages about $75,000 a year, an average of four. I'm not quite sure what that means. How four people's income can be 90,000 unless all four people are working. I don't quite understand that stat. I can just go with the first two, which makes sense to me. If you're smarter than me, you might be able to figure it out. But this is bankruptcy. These are the incomes of people that filed bankruptcy. Now, it doesn't show the total number, but imagine this. You're earning $1,000 a week or $52,000 a year, and you're basically filing bankruptcy, which means you're overspending, you're over leveraging, or that the number of people in your family just isn't earning enough money to live, or you're spending way beyond your means, or whatever that might be. Now, this comes back to what I was saying earlier, right? The reason I wanted to share that with you is because I'm on a mission to help people make extra money. Imagine this. Imagine if you learn how to trade or some kind of other skill, right? Whatever it is that you learn to do, start a business, maybe do something like my wife, where she has a fashion apparel business, and she does really cool shirts like the one I have on, and masks and all that kind of stuff. But again, she's got a full-time job. She's had to spend a ton of money buying all the equipment to do it, from printers. She got a $600 printer, right? Again, and then she's got to do follow-ups and spend the time, which is fine. She's making extra money. She made a ton of money last year doing freaking masks, which is perfect timing for her, because she saw a demand and she filled a need and she got paid for it, which is great. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody has a room in their house that they can set that up and take care of that opportunity. She did. She made some extra money, and she's blessed to do that. She gets a lot of referrals now, which is really, really cool from that standpoint of her making money. The cool thing about it is we don't have to file bankruptcy, which is a blessing because we both make a pretty decent income. And again, going back to what I was saying, they're basically making this amount of money and then turning around and filing bankruptcy because they're not making enough money. So what is it that you need to do to make that extra income? I don't know. If you'd like to get enrolled in the Elevate program, and I'll say this to you, if you'd like to learn how to trade, and I'm going to challenge you to do this, you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be able to set some time aside. I spend maybe 5 hours or 6 hours a week in the process, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. For example, tonight, I'm going to jump on with Aaron for about an hour. I'm going to jump in his class and just get plugged in. He does every month. We start all over. There's beginners basics that actually just started. There's beginners basics classes. There's the intermediate classes. They're more advanced. They're recorded in live, so you can plug in where it'll fit in and schedule your time to do that. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock and I'm going to plug in to what they call Inside the Mind of a Trader. And that's where they actually throw out trade ideas and what we should set up for the rest of our week. Followed right behind that is a TPO, time price opportunity, by Chris Evans. Again, you can schedule out based on your time, and everything's recorded. So if you miss a live class and you need to catch it later, you can. But you got to remember, you cannot have a lottery, get rich quick mentality learning how to do this. You've got to have patience. But imagine 6 months from now, if you showed up, put your class schedules together. 6 months from now, how's your Christmas going to look? How's your next year going to look? How's paying off that debt going to look? What if you just were able to make an extra $400 a week trading? That's it, just $400. What would that do for your income? We're looking at people at $50,000 a year, an average income of $1,000 a week on their job. They're filing bankruptcy. What would that extra $400 do to offset that having to file for bankruptcy? I'm just saying. I love you. I appreciate you. I truly want you to win. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and create some six-figure income earners out there in the income sphere. I guess I should say that. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your time. Make sure you reach out to me and let me know if you want to get enrolled in this Elevate program, and I will get you hooked up. Thank you. Bye-bye.